each received the breath. If we look at the breath that we take and think of that as the breath of God, how might our lives be changed? I'm going to suggest to you, in your meditations, every time you breathe in, you say, I am breathing in God. And release all that is not of God. As I breathe in God, Godness. And as I release my breath, I release all in me that is not of God. If we perceive the wind out there in the leaves of the trees, not as a sign of spirit, but as spirit, how might that affect our relationship with the air, the sacred air, the very vitality of life, the essence of life? I'm out there in the fresh air, and I breathe in the Spirit. I breathe in life. I breathe in the essence of God, which surrounds me in the midst of the air. At Pentecost, in Acts 2:2, there came a mighty rushing wind, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit. That is, the essence of God, the Ruach of God. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is here and now, in Luke 17:21. Not over there, not yesterday, not tomorrow, here and now. That means we need to shift our perspective sometimes. Now, I'm hoping and assuming that maybe many of you are familiar with Escher diagrams. If you look at a set of stairs, you see it going up. And you blink and all of a sudden the stairs don't go up, the stairs go down. Or there's a famous graphic that's right here that I see in my mind. And it's an old crone. If you look at it one way and you blink, and you see a beautiful young lady. And it's a shift of paradigm. To experience the kingdom of heaven here and now, we need to shift our paradigm so we see it. Mother Teresa in India was working with the beggars in the streets, and people said to her, how can you work with these people? And her response was, I look into their eyes, and I see the eyes of God. That is how she shifted her paradigm. What do you see when you look out there? We need to shift how we see. We shift our perspective. We perceive the abiding presence of Jesus, the abiding presence of God, through spirit, through breath, and through the wind. The breath, it is with us always. Jesus said, I am always with you to the end of time in Matthew 28:20. I am in you, and you are in me. We are one. In unity we say this all the time. We are one. Our oneness meets in that special place that we can't touch with our hands. How do we experience the abiding presence of God? Through the Spirit, through the breath, and through the wind. Jesus, expressing the Christ consciousness, came into human form to show us the possibility of transcending limits. Think of all the rules that Jesus broke. He broke man-made rules, not God rules. We need to experience our godness in our life. Sometimes that conflicts with man-made rules. Which takes precedence? I know in my life. I'm not going to ask how many of you have ever ignored man-made rules because you said there's no point. Jesus showed us the possibility of transcending limits to grow into the next stage of our own evolutionary development. Jesus represents a development from self-consciousness to universal consciousness. Jesus is the prototype for each and every one of us. In unity, we say, Jesus is my elder brother and way shower. Jesus showed us the way. The Christian story is humanity breaking through into divinity. We are not an empty vessel waiting to be filled with divinity and godness. We, in our humanity, are ready to explode and express divinity in who and what we are. Allow that divinity to be expressed in you. We are on a cusp of breaking through where humanity breaks into and becomes divinity. We exhibit our godness. God radiates in you, through you, and as you. You are the Christ expression in the earth plane. You are the Christ. Let the Christ in you be expressed in all that you think, all that you say,